Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully complete our checkout portion. So right now if you go to your card and if you go to our process to checkout, so that is our checkout page. So now I want to work for our payment options. Like there have already all that our product with the quantity, and that is our order totals, right? So now we will work for our payment complete option. So for doing this here, I want to define this type of one of the condition. Like if you want to add that payment, then must you have to add your all that shipping details, right? So here I want to define this type of condition. So for doing this in our model area, if you go to our payment, that means our add payment into the model area, I have already defined one of the function. So with this function, we will check it that all that field is empty or not, right? So now I want to call this function. So I want to call this function in our app payment, and that is our view. So now we have to work on particular that area. So that is our checkout. Into the checkout area, I have already passed some of the form. So here I have passed the form, I have passed that our order item, right? And also I pass our order total. And also here we have to pass our all that billing address details. So here I take the things with this object, that means this one, that is our save address. So with this we can actually defining it. So better I want to also pass it. So after this also I want to pass our save address. Okay, so I just simply pass it. So I pass it in our checkout page, that means in our checkout.html page. So now go to our template. So that is our template, and that is our app payment, and that is our checkout.html page. So here I want to define this condition. I want to define this condition in our particular that area. So that is in our another one, that is another call md3, right? So that is our call md3. So first of all here, so that is our div. So after this div here I want to define this condition. So if you want to define this condition, you have to define that our double percentage, and here I define our if our this form, that means here I passed, so in our view, into the view here I passed our saved addresses data, right? So now I just simply pass it. So I just simply pass it if our save addresses data is in our model area. Into the model area for the billing addresses, here I have already defined one of the function, right? So our function name as a is fulfilled. So with this function we will check it our field is empty or not, right? So now I want to access our this function. So after this address here I want to access our function. Okay, so here it will be checked that all that field is fill up or not, and also after that I define as a else, and also our and if. So I just simply define as a and if, right friend? So when it will be as a check, that means when our all that field will be fill up, then it will be show some of the hairy button. So then it will be better I just put on the class. I just put as a class the btn earning. Okay, btn earning, and then btn I make the things as a medium size as a MD. Okay, and also it will be show as a make payment. So it will be show this type of one of the button, and else it will be display another things. Like first of all I want to check it, like if you now click as a save all, and everything is running well. So now I want to check it. So right now I have fill up all that our field. Now if you refresh it, so here it's getting that one of the error as argument of type as a non-type is iterable. That means here I pass our save address. So let's check this out. So maybe they have some of the issues in our checkout. Here I pass our save addresses all the data. So that is in our model. Into the model area I have defined our function as a is full function. So that is our non-type. You can see that I am using that in, it will be as actually is. Okay, that when value is, that means if value is none or the value is empty, then it will be return the false. So here I missed that one, that is actually our error actually. So I just click on the save all again. So here you can see it's also showing that error. So now it's perfectly running. So now I refresh it again. Yeah, now you can see it's now perfectly loaded. So here right now I am fill up all that our field. So if you make that field as a empty, click as a save as, yes, you can see it's now showing as a shipping address save, and also here you can see our this payment button is not visible. Because of all, with this here I define this condition. So in our checkout page I define that condition in our save address area, and else it should be here I want to show some of the message. So I just take one of the div and I just simply define one of the class as a alert. Okay, alert, and here I define as the alert info class, and here I define one of the paragraph, that means in our p tag here I define some of the message as a please fill up all the information to make a payment. So this type of one of the message it should be display. Okay, so that is our else option area. Now if we click as a save all, so right now it should be visible on here. So I just click as a continue. Yes, you can see it's now perfectly visible, one of the message as a fill up all that informations to make a payment. And when you fill up your all that information, like I name it as a USA, so our all that field is now now actually fill up. Click as a save address. Yeah, you can see after that it's now showing our make payment. So better I want to add some of the herif. That means after this I take our some of the bracket. So I just take both of these bracket, click as a save all. Now refresh it, continue. Yeah, now you can see it's now perfectly display our button. So better into the last area. Okay, into the last I want to add some of the bracket. Then it will be better. Click as a save all, refresh it. Yeah, now you can see it's now actually better. So here I think you can well understand about it. So now if this field is empty, then this button will be visible. So if you want to make a payment, you have to fill up all that your shipping address, right? So now I just simply put some of the address. Okay, I just put some of the address as a USA, and now click as a save address. Now our make payment button is visible. So now for education purpose, I want to use one of the payment gateways. So that is one of the payment gateway as a SSL e-commerce, and also they're actually providing some of the free API for developers. So you can see there is actually the link, there's developer, SSL e-commerce, and the registration. So from here you have to create one of the demo account. Like here there is our create box. So here whatever you want. So right now if you put as a www.abc.com, it doesn't matter that you actually putting that your appropriate domain name. So that is for the developer purposes. So here I just simply defining it, then put your company name, then put your company address, and then you have to put your name, okay, and then your email address and the password. And whatever the email address you will put in particular that area, they will send some of the informations to your email. Okay, that is very much important. So they will send this type of one of the email. So into the email address you will get one of the ID. So that is actually our store ID, and also they will provided one of the API key. So that is the API key is very much important. So make that sure you put your appropriate email address and the password. So that is totally free one of the system. You can actually browse it and you can check it with this. Okay. So now I want to do for this project, I want to use it. So that is our API. I have getting this mail, perfect. And also after that we have to add this SSL e-commerce. So this SSL e-commerce, they have also one of the package we have to install. So there is a package actually install SSL commerce and the Python. Okay, so that is also providing all that our instruction what exactly you have to do. So step by step we will cover it. So don't worry about it. So I will show you. So first of all, here you have to copy this package. So I just simply copy it. Now go to your site, and here now I just close it, and now I open it, and here you have to add it. That means I just simply paste it. So that is actually the pip install SSL commerce and Python, and then you have to enter it. So make that sure you're connected to the internet, because it will be downloaded all that file from to the internet. So it may take little time, but here you can see I have already installed it. For the reason system showing as already satisfied. So make that sure you install it. So that is actually one of the free package, that the package you have to install in your system. And also after that you have to install one of the request package. That means after that you have to install another one as a pip, and then install, and then request. Okay, request. So make that sure that is our TS. Okay, that means a request. So that is actually one of the package you have to install it, because of all they have another package as a pip install and the request. Okay, so you have to install actually the request. So that is our pip install request. Perfect. And after that you have to click as a enter. Yeah, it is also installed successfully. So that is the things we have to do. So right now I will successfully install our this package, and here also is providing all that our information. So step by step we will cover it, and here as I told you have to create one of the account, and they will provided one of the this type of one of the API. So that is actually one of the API, and that is one of the ID. So if you will understand about this, how can working with the API and how can add some of the third-party API to your project, then if you want to add that PayPal, then you can also add it in your Django project. So right now for education purpose, so I will use this payment gateway. So with this we can actually add our all that payment with the credit card, debit card, and the mobile, all that services, and also with the mobile payment and much more. So step by step I will show you. So right now that is our project. So that is our make payment area. So how can do that work in our next video? I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.